Alright. Ewede radiasi. Se wa mayenya akwanya ewo afempinu ni aduonu enum emu. We would like to take this opportunity to wish everyone a happy new year. Yede radiasi se odi ahyen afefufuru mo. Mijiri se nye ye nyinaa na nye nipa nyinaa na enya no se de me no yenya no. Many are those we began the year with, but then year 2 year nishe benkum ene nifa. They are nowhere to be found. Enti se yetiasia eye radiadum. Enti afi mu nso no yeswe radi se wonwa ye na wonkan ye ho. Na afi nititu onsiesie na yintumi mben no bebre. Na aboa asiesie yen papa ama ne maya etosum bienu a yegidi yese enche no ebeba no. Enti this episode marks our first for the year 2025. So we believe that already be boyen butaya baako a ema ye de no ni nyinaa no ne se by the grace of God certain information e bia ye mu bi enye privy to no already boyen na ye fasa akwanya yi na ye de ma ye nuanom ne adofo nso enya na yate enyema ekro ewo yenwiase ase eno ne botae kese baako pa ntia yeguso eye dia yeye na ye hyase wohwe 2025 a ene bosomia ya hyeni mu ya, that is the month of January. And these are two major events ebekoso pa coronation say yesi atumfo mienu bi yedo omotena akunwa so. The first the president of the Republic of Ghana, and of course the second the president of the United States of America. So this is Trump, this is John Mahama. We January 7, we January 20. In fact, these are the two major events ebekoso ewo afi ana busumia edi afi enim. Na mama ye remfi okan ye di semiti dunso ndi chemu wotwe nti enne yen komo aye bedi ya to ndi Trump versus Mahama. Trump versus Mahama. Now, what is it about these two personalities? I know na ye do won ebehye afehyia. I believe say ye do omo ehye because possible say sankofo mienu ebe play very pivotal role ewo yenwiase ene said ye niema esi ekro. Now read this semiti don so nchechemu edun otwe a o se na oba wohunu no ne krokese a edi asase so ahemfo so hene no. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. Into hwe emfonia yehu oba bia wote aboa eso amoa bebre so na edisem de maye se ewomu se ohun ni se oyoba nanso ono na idi ewiase ahemfu nyinaa eso ti emfa ho ne ba bia ohun ni se otibia no. She reigns over the kings of the earth. Now I want to share with you a quote which is very, very, very powerful. Now, you knew what Teresa and woman, and that's what can't answer we know. A friend, Jacopo Leon, a woman, you are doing the Jesuit conspiracy, the secret plan of the order. Now, assembly woman, na me pese, me train ya adwene so. For us to realize, say, a decent dunsu nchemu watch na Bible na kano. It is just as it is. Sanity. Sanity. Obano. Ono ne di hwe wiase ahemfu nyina so. Osi see say from this chamber I govern not only to Paris but to China. Not only to China but to all the world without anyone to know how I do it. Enti kwan ben no faso na o rule ana wo hwe ana o control amana man nyinaa. Obroni ka se it is a mystery hintasem enso Awurade asem ema yete ase se ya setena yeti no ene ye ne honam ne moja na enya ye ne wiem atumfo kabre kire mpanini ena enya. But these demonic entities work through human instrumentalities. Sebe saa honhom no wonam nipa so ne di dwuma na atwere ne ka tumi kese a ewo wiase a wama ne ho kwan na tumi a ene Awurade wa akon no edi asie. So the Jesuits control every single thing in the world. They control every single king, every single leader as far as this world is concerned. And sana di semaka na sana mu anum asem nso wo mo aka na so atumfo ayehu on wiase ne asase we so no maye mane wo ye bebrenye ye wonwa, because behind the scenes they are being controlled. Now sa president mbienu a omo make a triumphant return Awurade ya adom abosomi mu ye de won ba besi akonya so na ye won ma bebrai se e wo ho ye pese ye dwendwen ho se de yedi kan aka no Trump atena akonya no so pen edi nkugo na wasane aba. Likewise President John Mahama tie ka se wo munyina a former president ho nyina atena akonya no so, and then BBC ma wodi nto ena wo nyina no nti ye kan se one omienu ye former president ye toso mienu omienu nyanam se wo ye former president nti no wo mo wo kwan baako a omo betumi asanfa so omo akwanya baako. They have one more mandate. Etiensha so. Now the toso miensa ne se they have staged a historical comeback. Ewo one abakosemu se yensa mre biem yedi ntwo na yensa mre biem nsa medin kunim no won mienu sampanimfo mienu omwaye no ene omwaye no afekro na mu the same year. Very significant. We dey see November, we dey see December, January do nyina si akonya no so at the same time. Entunze shanko form you know we no omo niema no ese papa enti they stage the comeback omo asane ababiem na omo maye toso mienu no de toso enan ni say they won overwhelmingly. In fact, they had an emphatic victory. Nkunima wodi ye no kyerese eye kakraka wo hwe wone wona wokọ osano ana wo compete ye na hwe margin edamu a eye very very huge, very very huge. Both won emphatically. Na wonkunim die na dia wanwa ewo ho ne say, for example, uko the United States of America, Donald Trump winning omo ene ye die nke beka say 2 parliament houses. Your back friend the Senate and a House of Representatives. Trump no ne party no omo winning Senate no omo winning the House of Representatives into the entire legislative body no omo control it. And of course we winning presidency the executive. And at the ma ne dia no ye won say judiciary no 6 of them, okay, judicial 9, 6 of them omu nyina no conservatives. Conservative chese omo adwempo chese Trump and then a party dia na into her executive no or legislature no or judiciary na 3 arms of government no won nyina no atilti akodi baby back. Very significant. Chese omu bibia omu peso omu yensesa yene satra ye bia omu peso omu ye bia no they are at liberty to do it. Omu wose to me ni se omu betimi yensesa yene satra ye bia they would want to do. Oba Ghana case enye sa in its entirety, but enumpo no omu nso ewini with a landslide victory. In fact, we him kunimdia John Mahama winning over the NPP it's about 2 million votes. Ghana bako se mo bi NC da. Enu nti ne yeka se historic. Bako se mo a esi wo ye mamu a ebisi ne nipa bebre dwune ho a omo entiase. So executive no NDC, parliament as we speak, the NDC is about taking a 2/3 majority into uchemu miyansa omo ye afa mu mienu. Se omo fa mienu na kire se they can form a quorum kire se uhia number bia ubetum dia tenase na afi mo taking major decisions I be affect bibia if they are able, because issues currently they are still battling some of them in court, especially parliamentary seats nibi. So mutimi enya 2/3 majority bibia umbetimi aye ense sanye bia ompeso mo se san biara umbetimi aye enti tumi a Ghana for edi ahye John Mahama ensa no overwhelming. Just say to me krona na America for so edi ahye Donald Trump nsa. So it's as if say aman yenu we no wa hyeda tabiri anasa wa hyeda ama president for me anyway enormous powers to me pa said ni omo peso mo ye bia omo nye don peso mo ye bia omo nye enti agenda bia omo peso omo champion ni bia no we Ghana parliament intimi nsi ni kwan America akwa the same thing 2 houses ni nyinaa no obia intimi nsi omo kwan enti that is what we are currently experiencing as far as these two countries are concerned. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. She said, "Bia say your papa, say your money." So we decide so be ya, and no one say nemusa. Nobody can stop them. Here then, you must politicians to me, sir. Yanaba to ono, ye de ako we enono. So that is one thing. Ese ewo America. Ene Ghana yanaba to a ekoso ene mpanimfo a yeyi won no eno ho de to sunum ene se won mienu nyida no they were so connected to the religious group, the Christian sect of your Trumper into your shedda diensa goodness so bompire man. Likewise John Mahama, they were prayed for by powerful pastors. With Trump, we see that. With John Mahama, so you the same thing. Into whom say they had that religious backing. Pa, the Tosun Siane say, "One million vice presidents and a contestee, very very significant." Ghana, the John Mahama, Dr. Baumia, who was a vice president. America, Kamala Harris, who happened to be the vice president. 80 one year vice president the contest here. No incumbent. So yet they all got defeated emphatically. The etoso in Siane said, sorry, the etoso son, and he said, two presidents in no background. Only a Christopher. They have Christian backgrounds, and the way Donald Trump now we see championing Christianity and religion. In previous episodes, we need to bring back our religion. We need to bring back Christianity. In my next 2 episodes, the kind of Christianity Donald Trump in the war they in the campaign no say, is it the kind of Christianity if we are say yes with this man is for and it is a different form of Christianity. Into me no Christian backgrounds and before and after. For example, Ghana, John Mahama or Winnie, he's talking about prayer. We need to pray. If you see I'm seeing critic prayer camp we need God. He too is calling for God in his government. What is it about them? Ofa Trump Mahama and Niyama bebree identical with both of them. One year nyinaa nso di abaya na eteso sunkunim. They won against an incumbent and a present government. Yes, that is what happened. And of course, the present government, of course, they lost miserably. I've talked about it. Now, the next point, a very key. So, Ghana for John Mahama, this massive endorsement, something that even political analysts least thought of, to the extent to say NDC won about 13 regions. If you see that, everywhere was green, and also Trump certain key battleground states are only need that crown he won. So the question is that Dana nipa eto about Maonsa, Osha America, Osha Ghana, people voted based on anger. Nipa diabufu and ekotoaba. People were angry and agrono. That is how they play it. Ya stretch moi na femu diabufu ako pia dia ko the other angle. And your friend pendulum swing, you know. Tia chimumua basi. Namu diabufu. Namu kwa chia diana by the other end. So the see American, the same thing. Mika, I wasn't a prophet. But Mika is a brother to Abangana, but we Madame for Bako, a frame. No, ni meeting como. And I say, I am more as America, dear no. A becosa, a beco Trump when I'm saying I. And Obisa, I'm say Ghana, dear no. And so beco say. And I'm so, they see what American, they say the same thing this to Ghana. Or hey, and I'm oh yeah. I said Ghana, the American connections, no hopper. And then it happened. Into a pendulum swing. I said Ghanaians were stretched to the core. And then out of anger, they have swung the pendulum to the right. The same thing now in America. They were stretched to the core. And then out of anger, they have swung everything to the right. That is precisely into whom pendulum swing. So swinging to the other end. Very sharp. Because we are margin of victory now. The same thing. So we see who's a pendulum swinging. Now these two countries are Areba a course Ghana for bebre na dia bufuo pa to abako the right part, and at the other angle no was the issue of LGBTQ. Of course, and also play a role in American elections, but the LGBTQ, because Ghana's current president refusal to sign it angered people. Kamala Harris, the woman see trumpet LGBTQ, it angered Americans, and out of anger, they voted the way they voted. So we see all these parallels. Yehuniama SSC ewo president mienu ewe ho erade admo se de aka no busumi mu yeba yedo omo ba be inaugurate omo na omo beginning omo second and their final term. Ade nkomhye ekire no ekire with the case of America, not Ghana. America, the focal point of prophecy. Focal point of prophecy. Come, shall say, church and state will unite. Sorry, no, near man yourself backabum. In other words, man your fool, Edwin to me, a best share or some ninya some homra. Na dear Nebema Nabasa, and we've said and we keep repeating, a BB and a PM BB ma BB BB. And your man see say at Tijuana. No. Something must happen. Into any man echoes America, we can see they were promoting secularism And I'm going to share with you some quotes in the second and third episode for us to realize, you say, the enemy, tamfono, idea friend secularism, in Jubon's a Kamala, and Biden were champions of secularism. And no one before, and no one to the extent to say, even in schools, seven kwada and kwadanki to now you address women in LGBTQ colors, gay colors, in schools. And some parents were angry. I offer be buffy to the extent to say, be crying one zombie, you are for school. So you can imagine. So you see, people were angry. What is happening? Mo say ma. Inti bibi and a shiny pebble for many reacting. Inti ye stretch moi. Secularism no na from both, and then out of anger no more peer adianako the other end, but the other end no a honso na adrenaline comes and cast a honebekro indeed. My wife to my friend last day's event a real brimsem cratofetos or her edua sandum page 135 or say history will be repeated. False religion will be exalted. We have the church controlling the state. Sorry, one nowadays, someone said in Saudi Arabia, in Islamic countries, the same thing. It is the same principle where the entire state in the Islamic state. Into Islam. Into the dark ages now, it was all about Christianity, false religion. You have to go by it through force. And our commission is say history will repeat itself. False religion will be exalted because unity of church and state, na osomono ana ekoso no nyedi esi arade asam so no so sabe maso it will be exalted sabe man so biem. And the first day of the week, a common working day, possessing no sanctity whatever, will be set up as was the image of Babylon. Into which send you see Daniel chapter 3 and the book of Neziah, he lifted an image. Yehohunini ninsaswo. And what you could see the plain of Dura, Babylon, and was saying, we are singing say bow to this image. He forced the world at that time. Nahini Babylon we are singing also. Say worship his image. Tidiye no maso. He lifted up human standard nipan sheye because image worship. Sebi nipan hyehyɛ ɛna wo maaso no ka kire wiase nyina sɛ monkoto nsɔre nipan hyehyɛ no wa bra na Hebrewfo ndi wonim sɛ Awurade asɛm mu no ye wo Nyankopɔn a wote ase a ɔno ne twa sɛ ye som no enti won ntɔkwa no human standard versus divine standard ti nipan hyehyɛ any Nyankopɔn hyehyɛ same thing. And a course and Abednego ne Shadrach Meshach say no, we will not bow down to thy graven image. Uhoni ne young cotton sorry no if we say it here radiasum then what kind of Bible na ahinienum nipa say and the cotton sorry in the book of Neziah. Everybody that was Babylon. Everybody okay Bible na Revelation was any person a koto sorry abuani honi no everybody. So you see abakosem wo kwan ya wo faso esen esibiem. The same thing you see in the book of Daniel. You see during the dark ages the same thing. And esa eyi ne ho say Erade asem say you be who the same thing. Tina Bible ne dis no friend say Babylon. Just what twi adwena ko ni see ye no ewo the book Daniel mo pen so no the book Nebuchadnezzar say the same thing image. The image worship ne say image worship nyinaa say wo mani pan hyehyɛ yeso etie Nyankopɔn de ene friend image worship. Inti say Nyankopɔn ho na wo de ho ni asi wo na wo worship through it amosom. Inti say Nyankopɔn de ho na se ye boa pa bu ye ni gu Nyankopɔn de so na ye mani pa de so exalt ni pa de to the extent to say after the Nebuchadnezzar said there be I won't give you the freedom or the capacity to choose, but rather I will force you to make a decision now. And no yes na wa hye Nyankopɔn abufuo no wa bring ni kuro o ho kwan se wo ye because Nyankopɔn won hye but obey what you say you are forcing it on people, then you anger the Lord. Into here, Abra Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, what happened? They saw that fourth man in the furnace. In the Otosonino, Nebuchadnezzar asked, he saw a man like the Son of Man. No, I can't show the prophecy. I want to say. Before that, no, Daniel, no more in Fiona. No more revealing Jesus Christ to Nebuchadnezzar. So he had knowledge about it. In Tibra, who say, and you know me and son, it would genuine. No, who say a fourth person about Nana. He undoubtedly felt, say, no, it could be no other person than Jesus Christ. And that is image worship. You lift up human standard against divine standard, heaven detested. Na no ena erade asem say ABC wo ye wiase ebi na ne kwan fa so ba no ehɔ na nsam ne wo kwan no it appears so Christ like ohun ati say Christo son or say all nations and tongues and peoples will be commanded to worship this period Sabbath. Ye be hye wiase. Okay, Revelation chapter 13 verse 13 okay. See that was set a kuma and ketua penny said one year one. It is a religion of force. And none of you we are demonstrated they can really force. They can force you. Yes, the world has demonstrated say you bet to me a force so until towards a direction a young person will during the pandemic. Chill force so. They demonstrated it during the pandemic. So one put two nose mask, one distancing, one more vaccine in so many places. Where that's survival? You can't survive. That is it. What demonstrated part one. So bet to me I hear. The decree enforcing the worship of these days to go forth to all the world, according to Bible prophecy. Or just some say. Yan som te say the Nebuchadnezzar yen ebeko wiase nyina enti yenim say ebe sha se wa America, but unfortunately ebe sha se ebeko so e wo wiase afa na nyina mu. So the question we are asking, if this thing is to start with Trump, most Bible prophecy analysts are of the view say this thing is likely, there is the likelihood say it will begin with Trump, which I also believe. If Trump is penciled to bring about the mark of the beast, United Church and State, will Mahama be or will Mahama follow suit? Because the thing will spread like wildfire. Once it begins spontaneously, and we are just hoping and waiting to see how prophecy will unfold, how prophecy will manifest itself. Now the question being asked and say, are there tools nhyehyɛeɛ wɔ hɔ, systems a controlling systems, nneɛma ebetumi de ahyɛ nipa. Awurade yɛ adom a ɛbere pa mu, we are going to talk about these systems, these control systems, to find say they are all there. In fact, Oba Ghana say ya, the outgoing vice president, why human about 90% and all. Why? The control systems, oh my goodness, digitalization, control systems, why nyinaa. As to whether he knew, I cannot tell, but he was just on point in putting in place these control systems. In the systems of control, Ghana, even with our nation, and how these control systems have been put in place. And I didn't care on shrine. Amen.